Yeah, hi YouTube, it's Alejandro. I'm sorry it's been a while for the small video delay. I've been trying to finish up on marathoning through stuff I wanted to watch through the summer, and I've also had to catch up on a lot of YouTube stuff I missed for like a month now. So yeah, long story short, I'm finally back with my reviews, and this time I'm going to be doing a review over the Digimon SH Figuarts Omnimon and/or Omegamon figure. Honestly, I'm going to be calling him Omnimon throughout the rest of the review because I'm an American Digimon fan and I will always know this guy as Omnimon, so yeah, Omegamon's a cool name too, but just going to keep calling him Omnimon. So yeah, really quick, first up, going to look at the packaging this guy came in. Now looking at the packaging, you got a nice picture here of the figure in a display, in a nice pose. Warning, choking spoil parts 3 and under, Bandai Tamashii Nations, this little logo thing that shows you that it's official, Omegamon, Digimon Adventure, SH Figuarts, Omegamon up on the top, little window there. Got a picture here with some, of the accessories right there, showing it off. Got a nice background image to the whole box, very reminiscent of the Digimon movie. On this side, you got another picture of Omnimon right here. This is his name, Omegamon. Got another posed picture right here, really nice. On the bottom, you got another cool action posed picture right here. And as for the back, you got some Japanese stuff. You got the option parts, shows you the sword, the cannon, all the features. Shows you the image of him right there. SH Figuarts quality. And yeah, for ages 15 and up. Choking, small parts for under 3 and old. Blue fin distribution. So yeah. Remember guys, this is like a collector's item, so you have to be like at least 15 or older to like really be able to own one of these. I mean, it's not illegal, I just don't really recommend it for anyone who's younger. And that's it for the box. Now to look at the contents inside, and remember that the box notably opens up from either left or right side. So as for the contents, you get this orange sheet, which is the background for the inside of the box. You get the instructions. Blank on the bottom, it just opens up. Shows you all the stuff, like how to insert the cape, which is a cloth. How you attach to the back through the holes. How to attach the weapons, the cannon, the sword. How to attach those pieces onto his shoulders. How to connect the stage act piece. How to attach the clips onto his cape. You got a little QR code right there. Don't know what that's for. Don't really care. And that's about it for the instructions. And of course you also get this really big tray, which he's in the middle, which is where you get him, with extra pieces. Now looking at the Omnimon figure, first up, best to look at the cape. Now to attach the cape, you just detach this piece right here when you first get him. Oh boy, that fell. 1 second. So like I was saying, when you first get your Omnimon figure, it will not come with the cape already attached. You have to detach this piece from the back. Then you gotta take the cloth, which is in a plastic piece. Then once you properly attach it onto here, it's a little complicated, so I'm not going to show it off, because I do not want to have to redo that again. Once you get it on these 3 pegs, you then get this piece, which is included. Just line up the 3 pegs with the 3 holes. And it just secures the cloth in place so it doesn't fall out. And once the cloth is attached properly, you take the 3 holes here on the back and line them up with the 3 pegs right there. And that's how you get his cloth. Now, now the cape is fairly big. It's done in a nice silky kind of material. The back is pink. It's supposed to be white, but the red from the front just kind of fades over there for some reason. I mean, from the front, the red looks nice, but from the back, the cape is supposed to be white. Not too big of a complaint, but just really worth mentioning. Now, on for the figure itself. Omnimon has some really big legs. You got the line detail there for the the knees. You got some black here on the foot. The yellow on the toes. Have these little spiky yellow parts right there. the waist piece. You got this center chest piece with a little blue jewel there with the yellow on the side. You got these nice blue markings that look like tattoo stuff on his chest. Ridiculously well done, looking very authentic anime looking eyes. Very well done. You got blue lightning bolts right there. The yellow horns. The big long mid horn. Have a kind of skinny, you know, like midsection, which is accurate. And the head is just like the Shaman times 4 head, except way better looking than Shaman times 4, which is basically where I'm pretty sure the inspiration for the head for Shaman times 4 came from. Has to come from Omnimon, I'm guessing. Now for the arms, we'll start with the Metal Garurumon arm. It's really big. Got a gold line right there underneath the nose. Got red marks, big red nose, black faded out eyes. It's done in a violet, I believe, or is it more of a lavender? It's more purplish than it is blue. It might come up more blue on camera. You got nice details right here, spike from the ears, and you got this nice piece with the yellow spikes right there. And as for the Wargreymon arm, got a nice big horn. The head from Wargreymon turns from white to orange, which is its respective color. Got some nice details right here. Got those really big gray plastic horns. Got some blue on the bottom right there. Yellow right here for these pieces. And you got the Crest of Courage shield, the Brave shield on his other shoulder, which is molded in. The lines and stuff are like molded in, which is nice. Very well detailed. And yeah, that's about it for the look. Honestly, needless to say, this guy is very impressive looking. I honestly would have preferred to get the D-Arts Omnimon, since all the parts are like metallic and way shinier looking. But this guy was way cheaper, since the D-Arts is around $200, and this guy was only 70 bucks. So, when you had to compare the two, this guy was definitely the better option. I mean, I still would prefer the D-Arts, because it's way shinier. I mean, like, the arms are like nice and shiny metallic. This guy's still pretty cool, very authentic anime looking. Doesn't have any metallic parts, but very anime looking, and yeah, that's really nice. Plus the cheap price is still pretty good. Now, to cover over articulation. This guy's got a waist rotation, full 360. Got a little bend right there. A little forward back. Doesn't really go left or right. I mean, I guess you can kind of shake it a little bit. For the head can look up, can look kind of down, but cannot really rotate because the front of the face kind of bumps into his collar. He's got good enough head rotation, articulation, I think. For these shoulders, got full rotation, 360 rotation right here. The arms, which do pop off because they are on a ball joint. Just gotta reconnect that. Anyway, like I was saying, so the head, arms do open up. They do rotate in here on this section, and they also rotate here with this piece. Now on mine, the piece was like this, where for some reason the arms move outward. Not sure what purpose that served. But what I did was, since they look the same on both sides, you just rotate this piece, then rotate the head, and it gives you some nice inward movement on the head arm, which is nice. It's better to have inward than outward movement with the arms. And because of the shoulder, you also have a little articulation on this piece, so you can adjust it, have it a little outward like that, or all the way up. Got a little bit of articulation on a hinge right there for this shoulder pad piece. And as for the Greymon arm, same articulation. Ball joint here, can smooth right there. Full 360, nothing gets in the way. The head does open up. And like I said, same problem. For some reason this one was backwards, so you only get like outward movement instead of inward movement, so I just simply rotated it. Looks the same from both sides, no screws or anything, so it looks perfectly natural. Not sure if it was just like a quality problem or something, or if it was like a manufacturing mistake or whatever, but I was able to fix it easy. And as for the legs, they go out, they go this all the way 90 degrees back. They go this far out, not too far. have a knee bend. A nice big knee bend, over 90 degrees, I think. The foot has a little articulation. You can extend it up a little bit, or lower it down. The foot does move a little bit. And as for the 3 yellow toes, they are all on hinges, so you can each move all of them independently, and when they all move down, they get clumped up together, but when they're fully up, they have more of a distance between each of them. So that's really nice. The only thing that kind of bugs me a little bit is the holes right here in the thighs. Just kind of bugs me how they have those revealed holes right there. I mean, I'm pretty sure, if I remember right, Omegamon also had the same problem, but at least it, like, you know, for, like, the legs, they, like, covered them up. I mean, you could do it, like, the same right here, I guess, but you would have to, like, rotate it, like, to the side, which doesn't look natural. Oh, and last but not least, you also have this piece right here, which is on a... Let's see if I can pop it off. Right. This piece right here, which... on the chest piece, which is on a ball joint. Well, maybe not so much of a ball joint, but definitely a joint. So it's right there for some slight articulation. Not sure what's really the point of that. I mean, if anything, it's better off just being one solid piece. But yeah, that's about it for the articulation. Really, really great. Definitely the sort of thing you would expect from a Figuarts figure. And now that that's done, we can look at the accessories. Now, I think the first accessory I'm going to look at is the stage act piece, which it comes included with, which you do assemble. You get the regular stage act piece, then you just plug this piece on. It doesn't come with a claw thing like the Omegamon figure I reviewed came with, but on the back of the cape, if you just lift it up, you got one solid hole right here, which this just pegs onto. Then you flip the cape back, and it fell off. Then you flip the cape back, and there you go. Now he's on a stage, so now I don't have to worry about balancing him for the rest of the review. So that's nice. Just need a second. Just keeps popping off. Okay, better. Definitely better. Now for the actual accessories itself. As mentioned, it comes with this tray. Just take the top off. I think I'm going to look at the Garuru cannon, I believe, first. It's done in a darkish blue plastic. You got little lines right there. On the inside, you can see the cannon. Not really hollowed out or anything. Got these pieces right here. You got a little tab right there, which... how to attach it is just take the Garurumon arm, head, open it, and as you can see, there's a little hole right there. Just take the peg right there and connect it in. Gotta make sure these two pieces are on the side, not up. And there you go. The mouth will permanently stay open. You cannot close it while the cannon is in there, but it works just fine. You can try to put the cannon in the War Greymon head, but it doesn't really fit that well. And the arms just keep popping off. But one interesting thing to know about the figure is that if you wanted to, you can take off both the arms and just switch them around. So yeah, that's one neat little feature to keep in mind. I mean, it's just not really intended, but it's a thing you can do. Just worth mentioning. So yeah. Now with this accessory, you can keep Omnimon with his cannon, which is really cool. Supreme Cannon. And yeah, apparently the stage act piece does not want to connect. But there's a small reason for that. I'll get to that in a minute. Next accessory piece. The Omega Blade, or Omni Sword. Actually, it was the Omni Blade or Omega Sword. So yeah, you got a little piece right here, just like with the Omni Cannon. Got done in gray plastic all over the edge. Got some darker gray right here, with a lot of orange. It may look kind of yellow on camera. A ton of orange digital symbols right here. And I checked compared to the Omega Blade on Imperial Dramon, and these are different symbols. Same symbols on both sides. And yeah, I tested it out, and you can actually plug this into Melgarumon's mouth, too. So yeah, what you gotta do is just open up the mouth. Which, one interesting little thing I noticed is you can either have the mouth, the bottom beak-like piece in below there, or you can have it sticking out, like this. Just worth mentioning. And again, has a little piece right there. Just line it up. Close it a little to keep it nice and locked in place. And there you go. Now you got the Omega Blade. Or Omni Sword, whatever you want to call it. Personally, for me, I'm going to have my Omnimon displayed in a pose like this. With him having the sword like right in front of his face like this. And kind of have the cape a little more displayed out. So yeah, it's up to you whether or not you want to keep the sword in canon. Personally, I'm going to have them displayed there. Don't know why would you not want them on. And on to the next accessories regarding the shoulder pieces. So yeah, right here you get little spirit pieces over the for the, you know, the partners of Wargreymon and Melgarurumon from the original Digimon. You got Matt and Ty, being their American TV show names. Call them whatever you want. Obviously, they're each done in their respective color, orange and blue. Got a little bit of detail, like you got some buttons on their shirt. You can see the goggles right there, and you can also notice their hairstyle. So yeah, now as you can see, they're also standing on these white bases. So all you gotta do is, for the Omnimon figure, take these shoulder pieces right here, you know, right on top of the cloth, and you can disconnect it. And as you'll see, there is a, if I can focus on it, there's a little peg right here, and there's a little hole right here where that peg goes in. And you'll also notice that these are left and right marked. I'm not sure if it comes up on camera, but yeah, this one's right. So you just plug it back in, and now you basically have him there. Just adjust the horns. Do the same for the other side. You can have only one of them on if you want, or both. Just attach it on. And their hands are in a pose where they're holding onto his horns. Now this is neat, as in it's like reenacts the scene from the Digimon movie, which is neat and all. I mean, they're both holding onto Omnimon's head, like right after he was first created, which is a neat added bonus. But personally, I'm not going to have my guy with these on. I mean, they're just extra. I'm not really interested in them. It's a neat extra feature, I just don't really care about it. I mean, I want to collect Digimon figures, not Digimon human character figures. Nothing personal. But yeah, it's really neat that they actually include this for Digimon fans who like really care about this sort of thing. And you just take them back off. So yeah, these are like one of the only pieces I'm not going to have on my guy. It's a nice little feature, but personally for me, not my thing. Although it is impressive that they would include it for Digimon fans that might actually be interested. And you just reattach the shoulder pieces like so. Now, as I mentioned, there is a hole on the back, but the stage act piece is not attached properly. That's because you need another piece before you do that. And you might also notice that the cape is kind of hard to pose around since it's just a cloth piece and it's all kind of wavy and flimsy. Well, that's what these next pieces are for. There's this piece right here. And everything's falling apart. Give me a second. So yeah, finally got it included is this piece. There is a tab right here, which just flip the cape up, plugs in right here. And it fits shaped nicely to fit on the back. Now, as you'll notice, there are 5 ports in total right here. That's where these next pieces come in. There are 3 of them in total. So I will try to explain these as best as I can. So there are these pieces. Got these tabs right here, which go into either these inward ones or these outward holes right there. The center one is meant for the stage act, but you have the ones on the left and right, the inward or outward ones, so you connect these on there. Then on the end, you got these clips where you clip onto the cape, and then you can just adjust them around however you want to extend and pose around the cape. So basically you got these 2 same sized ones, then you got this extra long one also included. But personally for me, I'm going to use the 2 same sized ones, and as for which holes I'm pegging them into, I would prefer the inward ones. Like that. And now the next step is taking the cape back. So you just flip these down. And you take the clips on the end and try to attach the cape. But try to be careful not to rip the cloth. And it just attaches on like so. Do the same to the other side. You can try to put them over there. Now it's a nice feature that these pieces are translucent plastics, so that way they don't really, you know, show up as pieces that really bug you or anything. So yeah, with this you can really display the cape outward like this, or just piece popped off. One second. Like I was saying, you can have the cape really displayed out like this, or you can have one side just flip down and raise this side up, and just have the sword out like this. Try to recreate your own favorite poses. I mean, the cape is a little finicky at best. It's nice, it's not a hard plastic, but I like that it's a cloth. I mean, it takes a little bit of time to get used to, but once you really master it, it's pretty much worth it, at least in my opinion. And like I said, last but not least, there is the mid port right there that connects to the stage act piece. And once you got that mid section piece attached, it is nice and snug. One second. So yeah, now that the Omnimon is officially properly attached onto the stage act piece, you don't really have to worry about him falling off. But yeah, looks really nice. And last but not least, I guess I'll do a scale comparison. And so last but not least, for comparison, here it is in a big group shot on my shelf, the Digimon section. You can see just how big Omnimon is compared to all the other Digimon. And not only is this a good time to demonstrate how his scale is to the others, but also to show off how they all scale with each other as well. So he's bigger than Metal Greymon, surprisingly smaller than Shaolin times 4 by like an inch, bigger than Metal Garurumon and War Greymon. As for the size of the heads compared to the actual heads of the figures, the War Greymon head is really tiny compared to the one on the arm. And as for the size difference between the Metal Garurumon arm, not as drastic, but still there is a size difference. It's about the same size as Imperial Dramon. Keep in mind that he's slightly heightened due to the stand, and he's definitely perfectly goes well with the Alphamon figure, bigger than Hulsmon.